So I've been noticing recently that as I record Loom videos or I record videos for YouTube, that my Shure MV7 has pops and crackles and static in there. And I've been trying to figure out how to remedy that. So the first thing I did was I went to the Shure Plus Motive app and I tried to adjust, like maybe my dBs were turned up too high, maybe I was just sort of hitting the high end of for this distance with my voice. And then I also heard some recommendations to swap out the windscreen. So this is actually an SM7V windscreen, which helped a little bit. But I still even though I've sort of been tweaking and adjusting these things, I still get pops and hisses and cracks in here every now and then. And I'm not sure if you can hear them right now, but this is with a bit of tweaks and adjustments and even the new windscreen on the MV7. So what I decided to do was I'm actually plugged in right now with a USB-A to USB-C into a CalDigit hub, and that goes from USB-C into my MacBook Pro. I'm wondering if it's not that this sort of more low-end connection into my MacBook Pro, or it could be the CalDigit dock is sort of creating static and feedback in my recordings. So what I did was I ordered an Elgato XLR, and I'm actually getting that in the next 30, 45 minutes. And what I'm going to do is hook that up, and let's compare that and see if it sounds better with the Elgato XLR tied into the Shure MV7 versus doing the USB-A to CalDigit dock to USB-C to MacBook Pro. I have a feeling that it's that connection where I'm getting some of this feedback. So this right here should be my sort of recording example with the current setup. When the Elgato XLR gets here, we'll unbox it, we'll hook it up, and then let's see how different it sounds. One quick note on sound. I'm recording this directly into Descript. I'm not going to use studio sound, and I'm not going to edit or modify the sound at all. So I'm not going to use what I would normally use, like Adobe Premiere or in Descript here, is sort of have it correct the levels on any of my sound once I get the Elgato XLR hooked up. So we'll try that. We just got the Wave XLR, and we're going to open this bad boy up, and we're going to try it out. Chords. Kind of wish I could get this pulled out without pulling on the knob. But I feel like I'm going to break it if I pull on the knob there. This part's my favorite, with pulling off this plastic wrapping. Okay, great. Wave XLR. Pretty straightforward. And then I also did get the package. Nice, heavy. It's got a nice feel to it, but not too stiff. Cool. So let's get this thing hooked up. All right, so now I have the XLR cable going through the mic arm. So let's plug this thing up. Let's see, line it up. Great. All right, let's see if we can get it working. Okay, so we have the Wave XLR hooked up now. So the first thing I did was go to Elgato, and then we go to Downloads, and then we're going to look for the Wave link. So we're going to download that one and just continue with download. So now that it's set up, we can see I've actually renamed this one the Wave XLR Plus MV7. And we are not using phantom power. So there is because the MV7 is a dynamic microphone, we don't need to use phantom power. And so you want to make sure and hold down the big knob on the front of the XLR and turn the 48 volt off. And then, now we can use Wavelink to control our microphone, which is great because it's got the clip guard built in. We've got the clip guard indicator, and we can sort of adjust our gain here. And obviously you can turn the knob on the front of the XLR and adjust it. I have mine currently set, let's see, about 80% to the right. So you can sort of tell how good that sounds. And now we're back for the moment of truth. So we have our Wave XLR hooked up with the XLR cord into the Shure MV7. How do you think it sounds? Do you think it sounds better? I went back and listened to some of the Loom videos that I had done in the past where we had the old setup with the USB-A to USB-C. You can definitely hear some crackling and popping and things like that. But I think this sounds pretty good from what I've listened to so far in this footage. It sounds pretty clean, especially with the Wave link, to see if there are plugins like the clip guard and the low pass that I can take and make it even sound better. But I think it's a pretty good setup so far. What do you think?